This is timing chain. This one bended the valves. So we're doing a cylinder head. It bended the intake valves. So it needs a new head with a new timing chain kit and all that. Okay, notice how I don't remove the one for the balancer because this one gets timed. You gotta turn this one 162 times to catch up with the main chain. So that's why this you leave it alone. You don't touch the balancer. Okay. See, I got that solvent to clean the cylinders. See how they're turning nice and clear. They got that 4K thing, the one we use for the to clean the injectors and all that. Yeah, that 4K thing. Okay, cleaning solvent on the cylinders. Okay. So this, notice how I got the cylinders halfway to put that's the solvent in. And these are tap that center mark. Okay. I already spin this the crankshaft to make sure the balances are not locked up. So engine spin, so I guess they are okay. So I'm waiting for the new valve. Notice how I left the turbo inside. I removed the exhaust. See, exhaust removed. Cat. Okay. Oh, by the way, guys, while there, I I, I found out that the water pump it had a plastic water pump, and it was kind of crackling. Let me show you. I mean, I'm doing the cylinder here, right? And I checked the seal was kind of worn out on the pump, and I took out the pump and look at this, guys. It's busted there. So while being there, I decided to do the water pump right away. See, I don't have the cylinder head on, I don't have the intake manifold in there, so it's much easier. So I'm gonna be putting a new timing chain on this one and all that. Guys, this is what I want to explain. You see this chain here in the back? This is for your balancer, right? This is for your balancer. I mean, if you take that off, then you're gonna have to time them, okay? But guys, you don't have to touch it. Just make sure 24 millimeter here. Over here, you should make sure the engine spins. If the engine spins, see that? I got the solvent there cleaning the pistons. This one bended the valve, so I got a new valve. So see the top, I got the top center. If you notice, one notch is different. Let me show you. See how one notch is different here? That's top dead center. Usually I lined up top dead center with this mark right here. See this notch here sticking out? So you go here. I make another mark here with like giving myself a reference from this notch here sticking out to the mark here, and then I go here to line it up with a, see, you can see the difference? See the notch? Because that's where your damper lines up. See that? I'll show you guys. See the damper? It goes in one way. See that, guys? See how this is different than the others? That lines up there, here, okay? And by having the notch, see the notch, follow the gears, paint the gears all the way through, make a mark here with this guy, and that will give you top dead center, okay? You don't have to touch this. I already spin the engine, and I know that the engine is not locked because it's spinning, see? I know. See that, guys? You don't touch the. What else? Oh, I'm gonna show you another trick. See when you got the timing, let me show you, where's that cover? I'm gonna show you guys another, something else. Oh, there's that cover right here. Okay. Guys, notice when you put this cover back on, right? You put the cover. I'm gonna put a new one anyway. But when you put the cover in, right? And then you like you got the chain on, everything's on, right? You're ready to put the cover on, and then when you remove this bolt, the 24 millimeter holding the sprocket, the gears. Sometimes when you set everything, this freaking sprocket pops off. So how you prevent that? I'm gonna show you in a minute. I know you don't have the cylinder head on, but with the cylinder head, this 3/8 extension, this is like 2 feet long. Put it through here, and it's gonna sit like this. Okay, it's gonna sit like that, and it's gonna prevent this thing from popping off, the sprocket. Okay. The only thing is, guys, that this thing here gonna hit your extension. So all you gotta do is cut this thing 1/2 inch, and that's it. If you could cut, it's okay. Nothing gonna happen to it. Okay. So when you got everything on, this thing don't pop off. Okay. And another thing, let me show you, is that tensioner. Let's say your car is running fine, all that, but you want to check your timing chain. Well, this is your tensioner here. Okay. This is the old style. So anyway, with the new style, you want to go from the lip here, right? You see this teeth here? See the teeth, the coils? 5 or less out is fine. Right now it has more because it's not on the car. But on the new one, only 5 little coils, counting from the edge here out. Only 5 of them is allowed. This one has like 10 of them out. So 5 of them will be like over here. So with everything on the car, you want to be around there. 5. See that? There's like 10 out, that's no good. That means your timing chain is stretching out and this thing is walking out that way. This one sits right here, okay? So the problem here is not the tensioner, it's the chain that is stretching. And the tensioner is walking out because the chain is getting longer, okay? And that's it. And this thing, you need to time this up. This one gotta be here, this one here, but you don't touch it. This thing stays there, okay? You don't touch your balancer. You just gotta make sure that engine spins and one of your balance shaft here is not locked. In this case, we don't have to worry about it, okay? I just gotta put the valves in. You can say I got everything off. I got the runner, the plates, the lifters. I'm gonna put a new cam bridge and all that. It's gonna get a cam bridge, a magnet, and the oil control valve. If you guys want to know how this thing works, these 3 guys work kind of together, okay? It's okay. This guy sends a signal to the ACM, right? Then it pushes it here. It is driven dependent, like the faster you go, the more, see the thing here sticking out? We'll tap this thing here, see that? Opening the passages here, allowing more oil. See that there, the passages? See that? Open as much as you want. Then it's gonna allow oil to go through here, through the cam bridge. See that? Right there. It's a little hole there. Oil goes here, up here. It loops everything on the top, chain, camshaft, and all that, okay? So again, guys, is this one gets a signal from the ACM. allowing the ECM demanding more oil pressure. And then the control valve gets pushed by this thing here. Open the passages here. And you're gonna allow more oil to go through the cam bridge up to the camshaft and all that, okay? And that's how that thing works. Usually when you have a problem here, you got a P3041, I believe, the camshaft position sensor, range performance, something like that. If your oil level is fine, you're gonna need these three guys right here. You're gonna need the magnet, control valve, oil control valve, and the cam bridge, okay? That's it. This is your plastic water pump. What's up? Yeah, we're going home. See, the pump is sitting right here. It's plastic, I'm doing it anyway. Notice how the turbo I removed. I left it there. Okay, the cat came out. That's it, guys. So that's that. Any questions? Yeah, I'm back on, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan, you need to go through the port to do the tuning, because I remember that your mechatronic, which is the transmission control module, you have a DSG, I believe. That one is inside the tranny. So you got the tranny control unit inside your transmission. So you need a port to do the tuning. Yes, sir. Yeah, Ryan, I'm doing this. This is a cylinder head. This one is the intake valves and all that, bend the valves. And I was explaining how this tensioner started working out because of your timing chain stretches. So the timing chain starts stretching out, and then the tensioner starts going out like that. So that's why the main thing is, if you got high mileage around 50, 60, take this cap off here on the lower timing chain cover, and make sure that this is the little coils here. Only 5, starting from the lip here and counting out. Only 5 of them is allowed. Okay, in this case it's out because I don't have it installed in the car. It goes right here, but it needs to go in like that. So you need like 5 of them. It's acceptable. Anything around, anything over 5, you need a timing changer. Okay, and that's that. I was explaining the guys, like, when you got the thing apart, make sure your balancers are not locked, because this thing wasn't spinning. So see, make sure your balancers are fine, no problem. Okay. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys are technicians, but this thing tends to pop off when you do the timing change. Or you got everything on, and then you try to put this cover back, and then you get this bolt out to then put the damper back in, and sometimes this thing will pop out. So I was showing the guys that you put an extension here to the cylinder head, and this thing will jam the sprocket here. See, like that? And then this thing, the sprocket here, it will not pop out. The only thing is, on the new cover, you're gonna cut this thing here 1/2 inch so it doesn't hit the extension. That way when you put it back on, it clears and it doesn't hit the extension. What else? Any question, guys? For this thing to lighten up with the cam and crank, you need to turn the engine 162 times. That's why you're doing a timing chain and you spin this, and your balance shaft, which is this guy and this guy, actually, no, the balance shaft is right here. This is what drives the water pump. Okay, balance shaft to keep the engine running evenly. If it's spinning, you don't touch it. Don't touch this setup in the back. Okay, you're just gonna do the main timing chain, tensioner, rails, and all that. No need to touch the one in the back, guys. You don't have to touch it, believe me. And if you do touch it, I mean, it don't matter, because you see the notch here has a dark mark, right? And another one here. This one goes here, and then this one. That's in case you remove it. You don't have to worry about it now. And this one lines up here. See the mark here? And then those marks should line with those bolts here in the back. But in this case, we don't have to worry about it, okay? that's it for timing, I guess, guys. Yes, Ryan, DSG, you done. Now, Ryan, why are you having issue connecting to the port? What? There's no communication through the port. What's going on there? Why can you not get connection through the port? Yeah, that's the one with the fuel pump. See how I have the doors open there? That's it. This one, I'm waiting for the valves. Put the new valves in. You just bended the intake valves, the one on this side. So you don't need the exhaust valves. Okay. And I got the lifters here. Bolts. Everything. Okay. Are you my papa? Who's that? Armando. Armando is asking me if I'm his papa or his daddy, whatever. Oh, six charger. Lifters on your own. Lifters? You might not want to do it yourself unless you know how to do timing. Your camshaft might have to come up. And wow, they're making a ticking noise. What's going on with your lifters? Only if your lifters are worn out or making noise, you replace them. If not, don't tamper with them. Leave them alone. Yeah, I think I did lifters on one of these cars on the Atlas like that, and I think I got away like I'm doing it with that. I lift up the camshaft without touching the chain. The chain never jumped, none of that. But you got to be careful though. If you could lift those camshaft enough, buddy, that you could get to those lifters, then it's okay. But man, you got to be careful. Shit. Because if the just mark the camshaft with and the chain, like that way you make sure that you go back the same way. Okay? Other than that, but you still gotta be careful there. You gotta be careful if you're not experienced or you haven't done that, you gotta be careful. But guys, look at how easy the water pump was now. I had a plastic one, I'm doing a metal pump now. Yeah, now it's beautiful to change it. Look at right there. Okay. So I got everything top the center. Notice how the notch is different. That's why the damper goes in one way. See that right there? Goes right here. Top the center. Top the center. Usually I go from here, then mark over here. That will give you top the center. Okay. The notch here on the sprocket. Then you paint the middle of the block here. Okay, with this notch here. Follow through, straight. And that's where that sprocket notch when I lined up. See? Boom. But anyway, guys, these chains are marked. So the timing chain is gonna line up here. The black mark, a black mark like this, is gonna end up here. So it'll be top dead center anyway. This is just a reference. So I know that the piston is on the top. Okay. I put a cleaning solvent in there. Look, nice and clean, right? I put a 4K thing, that thing to clean the injectors. Like I had the piston like this halfway, and I pour that 4K thing, that thing we use to clean the injectors. It's working, right? Wow. What do you guys think? I got one more. Let me bring them up. little bit of more. See, I still have some stain. I want to make sure it's like this, completely. So let me put it back up, halfway, right there. Okay, guys. Right back. Okay, I'm back. This is what I was doing. 4K fuel system cleaner. I still don't like it, guys. Even though it's clean, I want it better. Okay, I'm gonna let it sit over the weekend. And check it again and clean the rest off. But it's coming out nice. Guys, thumb up if you like the video. Guys, subscribe if you haven't. That'll help me a lot. And I'll see you on the next video.